Hello and welcome back to Riffing with Clintus. I'm your host, Clintus. This is episode 67, 3 weeks in a row of recording and uploading a podcast. You guys, you proud of me? You should be, because we're doing it. The plan is to record this and record it when I record the old-fashioned podcast, which is a weekly thing now with Mike and Kevin. But this Tuesday when we recorded it, the day kind of got away from me, and it just honestly the day kind of snowballed, and it was a really rough day. I'll be honest with you. Kind of turned into a shit day, and then it kind of transcended into Wednesday. Unfortunately, Wednesday was kind of a rough day as well. It got better, but it just, Tuesday was a shit day, and then it rolled into Wednesday, unfortunately, and it kind of messed up my mojo. We're gonna talk about that a little bit though. First and foremost, a couple things I just want to say. I hope you're enjoying the podcast. If you're listening to this in the podcast feeds, I am uploading a video version over on youtube.com/Clintus, where my vlogs are. I did that last week and had a nice warm welcome back. A lot of comments were saying, yo, I'm so glad you're uploading it to YouTube. I don't listen to podcasts anywhere else, but I dig your stuff. So, I want to make sure I'm catching all your content. So please make sure you upload this to YouTube. So shout out to everybody over on YouTube that's watching this / listening to this. On the flip side, if you are watching this or listening to this on YouTube, you can also subscribe to this anywhere you listen to podcasts. If you're on an iPhone or an Android phone, there is a podcast app on your phone already. There's a link down in the description below. Click on that. It'll take you to a subscription feed, and you can click on any way you want to listen to this. If you have Spotify, Apple, Google, Slacker, there's 11 different places that podcasts go. And the only reason I promote that is because not all the episodes are on YouTube. So there is a playlist on YouTube that you can watch / listen to them, but not all of the episodes are there because I did not start the podcast or continue the podcast in video form. So there's a lot of episodes you may have missed. So if you dig the podcast and you kind of want to play catch up, link in the description down below for the podcast. You can subscribe for free in a podcast player that is already on your phone. Apple, Google have podcast apps on your phone. So super simple. Just want to throw that out there. Also, shout out to G Fuel. They don't sponsor this podcast, but they sponsor me. So I'm just going to give them a quick plug because I'm wearing the shirt. I just had a strawberry slush G Fuel in a can on my drive in from having lunch with my buddy Chuck, and so I'm like amped right now. I got G Fuel rocking. I got a G Fuel shirt on, so I'm gonna give G Fuel a plug. You go to gfuel.com. Make sure you use promo code Clintus to save and to support your boy. It's 10% off all the time, but like once or twice a month it goes to 30% off. So if you're not sure when the sales are, you can always hit me up on Twitter at Clintus. Just be like, yo, when's your code at 30% next time, and I'll let you know. Or you can check my Discord, discord.gg/Clintus, because I always put an announcement in there when it goes to 30% as well. But just so you know, promo code Clintus when you buy your G Fuel. I really appreciate that, and I appreciate G Fuel for sponsoring me. So, all right, let's get into the episode here. It's been a wacky week since we last recorded. A lot's happened. So I'm trying to think. So Tiffany and Sierra were in Chicago for a volleyball tournament. And so it was just Bryce and I. And it's funny because I made the comment to Tiffany how I felt like, you have left me alone at home in a long time. And she's like, how about a year ago when I went to St. Louis? And I was like, oh yeah. I don't know why that doesn't resonate. This feels much different. This weekend felt much different. And I think it's because Bryce had basketball. That's got to be what it was. Bryce had basketball, so he had somewhere to be, 3 times in the weekend. But nevertheless, I was a bachelor this weekend, just me and the boy. And, I had to do all the things that I'm used to Tiffany doing, right? Or all the things I'm used to Tiffany telling me to do, right? She's very much my keeper and keeps me in check, keeps me in line. And I say this all the time, forever and ever, on the streams and the vlogs, on Twitter, whatever. I appreciate the hell out of my wife and what she does for me and for our family. And like I said, I rely on her way too much. I admit that I rely on her way too much. But that's our partnership, right? She takes care of the household and everything outside of this room, and I do everything in this room to ensure that we have money in the bank so that she could do all those things, right? And that's been our partnership it's been that partnership for the last 7 years as I've been doing this full time. But really, she worked, but I was always the one that made the money for the most part, for the family. So that's just the way our partnership works. It works out pretty good. So when she's gone, I had to make sure that I was on top of my clock and make sure that I almost messed up. One morning I had it in my head that 9:30 was in my head that, we need to leave by 9:30, when reality hit me 10 till, oh no, we need to be there at 9:30. I was like, oh shit. Thankfully it was only a 10-minute drive, but I legit had that moment of I should go wake up Bryce. It's, 10 till, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, Bryce, I messed up. We got to go. Let's go. So I only had one mistake. And thankfully it wasn't that big of a mistake. It wasn't like we were 30 minutes away and we would have been screwed. But he had a basketball tournament. So the first game was on a Friday night. We went to the grocery store. We got stuff for meals that weekend that I was going to cook for us. We got a pizza. We had pizza that night. And then he had a basketball game. And then Saturday morning, he had a basketball game. And that's the one I was talking about. We're referencing there. And then he had another one later in that afternoon. But I ended up, we had, like I said, we had pizza Friday night. Thursday night, we went out for sushi. We had all you can eat sushi. It was awesome. I have photos of it on my Instagram if you want to check those out, at Clintus. And really cool, dope sushi place that's from Washington State, but now here in Arizona. And they do all you can eat sushi at the sushi bar. And it was really good. I enjoyed it. And I did the quick math, totally got my money's worth. Because I was like, it's always a question, like when you do these all you can eat things, it's like, it's $35. So how much sushi do I have to eat to make it worth the money, right? And it ended up working out pretty good. But because, Tiffany doesn't like fish, she doesn't like seafood, she definitely doesn't like sushi. So when she's out of town or when I'm out of town, sushi is always a must, always. And Bryce loves it as well. Him and I can put some sushi away, let me tell you. So then Saturday night, my dad surprised us and came over. And I ended up going to the grocery store real quick, grab him some things, throw on the grill. Bryce and I had some salmon, grilled some sausages for him, some salad, some rice. It was just a great, great meal. Watched some basketball. And then Sunday, I ended up draining the hot tub, filling it back up. And I grilled a steak, a nice, beautiful New York strip from, what was that? Snake River Farms, I think is the name of that place. Some potatoes and another salad. And it was just money. So that was kind of the bachelor. I had to do the shopping, do the cooking, and be the taxi driver, which are all things that Tiffany normally does. So that was a little, it was a little different, but I have to say it was a good change. I liked it. I enjoyed it, full dad mode, right? Full dad mode. But also along this weekend, of just kind of being different and change. Friday, I did my hot tub stream where I literally was in my hot tub, with my live stream equipment and did a live stream. I had the backpack. I was working on the backpack last week. I got it up and running and working flawlessly, like literally no problems. And I was live, and I we were in the hot tub for about 4 hours or so, and it wasn't full hot. Like it wasn't that hot. I had it the temperature turned down to like 95 or something. This was slightly chill, not chilled, but you get my point. So it wasn't actually a full on hot tub. Because someone was like, "You can't be in the hot tub for that long." I'm like, I'm not going to be in the hot water that long. Don't worry. But yeah, we were in there, and I bought some props. I had a pair of goggles, some floaties. I had a couple of like floating things behind me, some rubber duckies that my buddy Goop got me, and we were just chilling. It was a good time. Prior to that, I had done a couple of IRL streams with the backpack. Just kind of testing the backpack, getting up and running, but also just kind of testing some other things. I was testing my phone, and I did a couple of just chattings here, with my stream setup, which I do just chattings, sitting here for an hour or two before I do play video games. Or if I'm doing a short stream, I know I'm not going to have time to play video games, I'll just do just chatting for, 2 hours or so. But then I did the hot tub stream, and I had it in my head that the weekend, knowing that Tiffany was going to be gone, I'm going to stream this weekend. Right. And I was like, I didn't know what the day looked like, what the weekend looked like. But originally I had it in my head that I was going to do a nighttime, like porch stream, like at my backyard, my back porch, going live, having a beer and just chilling. Right. And then Sunday I was going to game all day. That was the original plan. Well, then we find out that Bryce has a basketball tournament, and I'm like, okay. And you never know what the schedule's like until like the day before, that sort of thing. So we got the schedule like Thursday night, Friday morning. And then even like middle of the day Friday, it changed, right? Originally his game was like at like, I don't know, 5 o'clock, and ended up being, no, it was like 6 o'clock and ended up being like 9 o'clock. It was like crazy late game. But I had originally had it in my head that I was going to do a couple of streams. And so what I ended up doing was I ended up doing the IRL stream Saturday night, but it was like 8:30 p.m. Pacific, right? So that's what, 11:30 p.m. Eastern. And it's because of he had a basketball game, and then like I said, my dad showed up, and I love hanging out with my dad. So, it prolonged dinner. Everything's kind of got prolonged a little bit. So I'm all cleaned up from dinner. Everything's put away. Bryce says, "Peace out, Dad." And I'm ready to rock and roll at 8:30 p.m. So I go live at 8:30 p.m. on my back porch, and it was great. I didn't know who's going to show up. It's late. it was on the schedule, but still, I had it scheduled at 7 p.m. and here we are at 8:30 p.m. Surprisingly, I had a nice turnout. And even more surprisingly is I had continual people coming into the chat room, more and more as the night went on. And we ended the stream around like 12:15, like a little after midnight. And I still had people in the chat room talking to me when I'm like, all right, guys, have a great night. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you. Everybody, see you later. Clintus, this was dope. This was cool, man. Do this again. Hope we do this again soon. Let's do this next weekend. Same bad time, same bad channel. Like, I had a great turnout. I was like thoroughly impressed, but also just tickled. Like, I was like, hell yeah. Like, because one of the things that I've been really like kicking around and thinking about the last couple of months has been this, like, I'm coming up on my 5-year anniversary on Twitch, right? 5 years as a partner on Twitch, streaming full-time on Twitch. I did 2 years on YouTube gaming prior to that. So 7 years total of this gaming live streaming, right? And while it's still my favorite thing to do, I love chatting with people live, but I love doing it while I'm playing a video game, because to me, playing video games is my favorite thing to do, and talking to my community live is also my favorite thing to do. So doing those two things at the same time is like the perfect, like I love that, right? But I also recognize that here we are 7 years later, and I've changed games. Destiny was my main game for a long, long time. I put a lot of time and energy and effort into that game and that franchise. And then, over the course of like the last, 4 or 5 years, I've been playing Escape from Tarkov off and on. But last year I kind of like committed to it fully and played it like exclusively for like three or 4 months, and then played it off and on throughout the year. But I kind of like, played it solid for 3 or 4 months. And then same thing now, right? The wipe happened in December, new DLC, new expansion. And here we are in April, and I'm just kind of slowing down again, right? Like I feel like it's the same cadence. I play real hard, go real hard into it for 3 or 4 months. And then I kind of hit this plateau where like I've maxed out my character, quote unquote, so to speak, to a certain degree. And now I'm stuck on these tasks. And I'm learning, in fact, I just tweeted before I went live of this podcast that there's a task called Shooterborn in Heaven, where you need to get 3 headshots at 100 meters or more on 4 different maps. Now, I don't like sniping. I've never liked sniping in any of the games I've played, Call of Duty or whatever. I'm not a fan of sniping. I don't have the patience for just sitting and waiting. And to be honest with you, my aim sucks in general. So I'm a full auto AR SMG kind of guy. That's just my play style. I like W key, and I love running towards the action. It's just my play style. I don't mind tactical. I don't mind tactical gameplay, but I still prefer the peeking corners and charging and that sort of thing. I don't like sniping. So this task, Shooterborn in Heaven, I've never ever been able to complete. I've gotten like halfway done. I've gotten, a third of the way done. I've gotten 2/3 of the way done. Like, I've managed to move the needle, but just never been able to complete it. And it gets to a certain point where it's harder and harder to complete because there's less and less people playing the game. There's less and less people at certain locations that are 100 meters or more out. And so I've actually learned that I need to be doing that task way, way earlier. Like literally the moment I unlock that task, I need to stop what I'm doing and work on that task, because there's like certain locations early in the wipe that players are always going to be at. People are always going to be at this location because of this task. People are always going to be at this location because of that task. And like, it's one of those things where like I need to do it early. And so I tweeted it out. We'll see what people say. If the majority say, oh, absolutely, you can still do it, then, maybe I'll buckle up and try to do it. But it's one of those things about Tarkov that I know there's a wipe coming, right? We all know there's a wipe coming. It's usually 6 to 7 months, between wipes. And because I'm slow at leveling, because it takes me a long time to level up, like I know some people that are just now getting Kappa. Kappa is the end game. It's literally the end game item to chase. You do all these tasks and you level up to level 62 to get this Kappa container. And that's it. Once you've done Kappa, you literally have done everything. And now it's just a PvP game. Now it's literally just for funsies, memes, do whatever, right? But prior to that, like that's what you're chasing. Everyone's chasing for Kappa. The problem is that everyone like myself will say is that sometimes it takes so long to get Kappa, it's almost not worth it because the wipe's coming right around the corner. And then so you're like, well, screw it. I didn't get a good enough run at the tasks early on. Now there's no point. Unless you're just looking for a reason to play the game. Like right now, I love the game. I love Escape from Tarkov. It's my favorite game. I'll just throw that out there. Escape from Tarkov is my favorite video game right now. It's PC only. It's super realistic, first-person shooter with MMO RPG elements, survival elements. It's like the perfect game for me. I love it. But again, if I knew the wipe wasn't coming until the end of the year, like I literally hey, they just said, guys, ride this wave, this wipeout. We're not going to wipe the game until December. If I knew that for sure, all right, fuck it, let's go. We're going for Kappa, right? Now I know I've got 8 months, 9 months to knock this out. Now I feel confident that, you know what, fuck it, if it takes me twice as long as everybody else, I'm going to do this. But I would hate myself. Maybe I should just say fuck it and try to get Kappa this wipe. I mean, like I'm level 43, which means I've got max traders. They've got the dailies and the weeklies, and you know, I still know I have a good amount of tasks to do. I still have a good, I don't know, maybe 10, 12 tasks to get to Kappa, but it's getting to the point where it's these sniper tasks and these long range tasks that I personally suck at. And so I just don't know how many streams I want to dedicate to me camping out and waiting for a 100-meter headshot. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I do need that. Maybe that's a chill. Hey guys, we're doing Shooterborn all week long. I just put it out there. I don't know. Maybe that's what I need to do. But anyway, like I said, this is a dilemma that I have. But with that being said, I don't know how I got on this tangent. I was talking about my weekend. Video games. Yeah. Okay, so we're talking about video games. Hang on. So I just want to say this one last thing though, because we're going to talk about this other thing with video games. But the thing with Tarkov, I get to a point where I'm at right now, and other games start to pique my interest, right? And not that I'm getting bored with Tarkov, but it's my nature. I get quote unquote bored with things after like so much time that something else, even if it's not new, I haven't touched that thing over there in X amount of time. I look over there and go, ooh, I forgot how good that is. Like, I haven't done that in a while. I forgot how fun this is. And then all of a sudden I put down the other thing I was playing with, right? That's just, I've been that way for forever and ever. Usually it's like a 6 to 8 week rotation. Obviously with video games and what I do with, you know, like my streaming, it's much longer than that, but the same concept is there. Now I want to pause that conversation because we're going to get back to video games in a minute, but I want to get back to where I was going with the IRL streams. I'm getting to a point where I feel like I put all this time and energy into trying to be this gaming creator, this gaming streamer. And I'm kind of self-reflecting and kind of saying, you know, I'm not a gamer content creator. People don't come to me for advice on a game. People don't come to me for tips and tricks. People don't come to me for guides. They don't care about my opinion so much because I've never really been an opinionated person. When they asked me about back when I was heavily into Destiny, they come to me like, what are your thoughts on the TWAB? What are your thoughts on what Bungie's doing? What are your thoughts on this gun and this meta, this and this and that? And I'm kind of like, I don't care, man. I don't give a shit. I'm going to play it anyways. I'm good. I'm happy. I think I did that enough times where people are like, fuck this guy. He doesn't really have an opinion anyways, you know? Or this, again, like I said, I'm just not someone predominant enough or in the game enough to have this opinion. I don't have an opinion. That's really what it comes down to. Is I don't really care most of the time. So I think people just don't come to me for my opinion because I don't have one. So something that a Twitch employee told me a few months ago, we were having a call, and I asked him about variety because I was having this conversation. I was having this thought process of like, I feel like I'm kind of like plateaued. I'm kind of stagnant, right? And I feel like maybe I need to spice it up with some different games. And the question I asked him was, if I were going to play a variety of games, what is your opinion on is that a good idea? Like, because I know, like, if I give advice to a new creator, my advice is stick to one game or one genre and grow from one game or one genre, because that seems to be the fast track to success. Now, granted, not everyone's going to see success. Not everyone's going to be successful, but those who are tend to grow in one game in one directory, right? It might take years. I have some friends in the Destiny directory that this was their year. This is the year they hit 1,000 concurrents, right? They've been grinding their ass off for 5, 6, 7 years. And this is the final year they hit 1,000 concurrents on a regular basis, right? This is the year they hit 5,000 subs, 10,000 subs, right? Like, boom, they finally like made it, right? 7 years of grinding. So that's a reality. So my question was like, do you think that I should say fuck it and stick to one game? Let's just say I'm going to go all in on Tarkov. I'm not going to stream any other game, period. I'm a Tarkov streamer. That's it, right? One game. Or do you think I should play variety? And if I do play variety, how often should I change the game? I'm asking these like kind of like, hey, I want your professional opinion. I know you can't give me like, you know, official opinions or official statements or data backed it, but what's your personal, professional or personal opinion, whatever. How often should I switch games? You know, are we talking like split streams? Like in the morning I play one game and even in the evening I play a different game, or Monday I play one game, Tuesday I play another game, or should I play like one game for 3 days in a row or for a week? Like, what's your opinion? And he kind of was like, well, you can do this, this, and this. He goes, but let me just kind of say this. And he kind of threw me a curveball here. He goes, I don't think it matters what you do, how often you switch games, how many times you play a game. I don't think it matters, because I think, from my understanding, the limited time I've given, looking at your content, watch your streams, and the time that I've known you, you've built a community around you. People are there for you. And yes, game choice does influence who shows up, how often they show up, and how long they hang out. But for the most part, I believe that you can play anything and have roughly the same number of people in your chat. And I was like, wow, really? You think that, huh? That's okay. Because let me just let you in a little secret. That's everyone's dream. That's every streamer's dream, is that they could play what they want, when they want, and have the same number of viewers, chatters, and subs. That's not the reality. The reality is that if you play a game and you're known for a game, and that's the game that gets you the viewers and the subs, you don't change that, right? A lot of my friends, a lot of streamers felt that in the Fortnite days, where Fortnite was crazy, and if you were good at the game and or got in the top like 20, 30 range, oh man, you were just printing money. Like, you were just like, viewers were dumping in, your prime subs were coming in, like, but God forbid you switch directories, play something other than Fortnite, otherwise you were screwed. So people felt forced to play Fortnite for years in order to be relevant, to build the audience. Now granted, some people grew their audience and then pivoted and have seen success in other directories because they got big enough and built a community around them enough. The Fortnite still was a bread and butter, but they could switch to another game and not lose that much. And I think that has to do with the content creator, right? If a content creator is really good, it doesn't matter what they play, right? Perfect example I'll give is Dr. Lupo. Ben is an amazing, amazing entertainer. He's an amazing content creator. He's really good at the video games he plays, but he's funny, he's entertaining, he's smart, he's intellectual. He's a great guy. So he started in the Destiny directory, started playing Fortnite, blew up with Fortnite, and then started kind of touching other games. He plays a bunch of different games, but then he started playing Tarkov, and Tarkov, he had the right amount of viewers from the Fortnite that when Tarkov got the spotlight put on it, he blew up in Tarkov. And for the first time in a long time, it felt like he found the game that he really enjoyed playing and loved playing, but could still retain his viewership, the core of his viewership and his sub count. And then he just bam, he took off, because he, as a content creator, as a streamer, is amazing, right? And not a lot of streamers could do that. Not every streamer could do that. They pivoted from Fortnite, and unfortunately it didn't work out. But anyway, I'm getting off on another riff there. The point I'm trying to make is that when this employee told me that I, in all intents and purposes, could play and be a variety streamer, I'll be honest with you, at first I was kind of like, I've looked at my analytics. It's not like that. There's definitely some games I played in the past that didn't get the viewership, but I also think it's just circumstantial. I think it's situational. When the day of the week I'm playing these games, did I announce them? Did I hype it up? Or did I just switch to it? Like, who knows, right? There's all kinds of variables there. So this was a couple months ago. Fast forward to last month, about 4 weeks ago. I don't remember what triggered it. I don't remember what sparked it. Maybe it was I was starting to get bored with Tarkov. I don't know. But anyway, I had this thought of like, I did a just chatting stream, and we ended up not playing games that day. I think I did a 4 or 5 hour just chatting stream, and we had a blast. I had a good time. Chat was rocking the entire time. It didn't slow down. It was a great day. And someone made a comment. They're like, hey man, I used to watch your YouTube channel years ago. I just happened to see your post on Twitter, followed you back here, seeing that you were live. This is dope. I remember you used to do this on YouTube like 5 or 6 years ago. And I was like, holy shit. Yeah. I used to do these live Q&As or live chats on my YouTube channel, right? I've been streaming for a long time, way before Twitch was even a thing. But I used to do like these just chatting live streams long time ago on YouTube. And so anyway, this guy made the comment that like, yeah, I used to love those things. I'm so glad you're still doing it here on Twitch. And I was like, well, yeah, we don't usually do it this long. This is not normal, but yeah, we chatted up all the time, man. Usually the beginning of my streams and whatnot. I left that stream and I was like, he's right. I used to do this all the time and I loved it. And then I started thinking like, okay, rewind back to like late 2019. Wait, hang on. So wait, this is 2022, 2021, 2020. rewind to early 2020. And we used to do like an hour to 2 hours of just chatting before we got in the video games, right? So I started at like, say, 8 a.m. I wouldn't get into video games till 10 a.m. It wasn't until I started playing Tarkov hardcore and I started playing with a lot of East Coast people like Dr. Lupo, Darkness 429, Pool Shark. Like a lot of these guys were East Coast. And because they're East Coast, they're 3 hours ahead of me or 2 hours ahead of me, you know, if you're in the central time zone. And so it's like I was trying to get on at 8 o'clock and be ready to game at 8 o'clock because they've already been on for 2 or 3 hours. And I need, like, if I wanted to play with them, I needed to get in early. Otherwise, their squad would fill up, right? So that was very much a real thing that I was like, okay, sorry guys, today we're playing with these guys, so I'm jumping right into Tarkov. So no chatting. We'll chat between raids. Well, when you're playing with 2 or 3 other guys, they're also chatting. Next thing you know, I'm not talking to my chat, I'm talking to my friends. And so that was the year where we started to kind of drift away from the just chatting and the community focused streams. It was more about the video games. And I was like, I actually liked that. I started feeling invigorated. Like I'm doing it. This is the year I'm going to really head first into a video game and like try to be known as like this Tarkov streamer. Right. Well, fast forward to this time frame last year is when I started to kind of, you know, I felt like I wasn't playing with anybody as often again because the time zone changed in, was it March? And like, then it really was a 3 hour time difference. And then by the time I got on, it was so hard to squad up with people. Everyone was already squatted up. And I didn't have a consistent group at the time. It was like one day I played with these guys, the next day I played with these guys, and the next day I played with this one person, and the next day I was solo. And I just started to kind of like feel like I didn't fit in anywhere. Like I was just kind of always a third wheel. And it kind of discouraged me. And I was like, all right, screw it. I'm going to play some different games. I played some No Man's Sky. We played some Alien Isolation, started playing Magic the Gathering, really fell in love with Magic the Gathering Arena. You know, and then late in the year, New World came out and Icarus, and I got into some other games and stuff. And we just kind of, you know, and then we came back to Tarkov in December, full circle. But anyway, I left that stream last month really kind of thinking like, you know what? Fuck it. Maybe I am a just chatting streamer. Maybe I am an IRL streamer. Right? Maybe I need to embrace that. And then it clicked, the conversation I had with the Twitch manager the month prior, and something else he mentioned to me, or at least maybe I mentioned, I don't remember, but it was around the idea that when Twitch was reaching out to me to come over to Twitch, I was streaming on YouTube Gaming and YouTube because I did IRL streams or I did live streams on both channels. Clintus.tv was my IRL just chatting, and Clintus Games was my gaming channel, right? So I was doing live streams on both channels at the time. When Twitch reached out to me to say, hey, we want you to come over to Twitch to be a partner over here. At first I was like, yeah, Clintus Games for sure, 100%. But I want to keep my IRL stuff over on YouTube with my vlog channel. And they're like, we want the whole thing, right? Like Twitch is real big on exclusivity. Like we don't care what you call it or where you do it. If you're live, we want you to do it live on Twitch. And at first I was like against it. It's like, nah, I'm screw that. I'm done. I don't want that. I don't care. I have a following on YouTube. Let me keep my YouTube following. Long story short, ended up moving to Twitch for diversity purposes, and best decision, love it. Went all in on Twitch, been happy as hell for the last 5 years. But they wanted that IRL content. I was against it at the time because I was like, I want to be a gaming streamer. I want to be known for a video game. I want people to come to me for video games because I want to play games. Here I am 5 years later, and I'm like, son of a bitch. I'm a vlogger, right? I'm a vlogger on YouTube. I like talking to a camera. I have like talking about my life and sharing my thoughts and my ideas and my experiences. Like that's my bread and butter. For the last 7 years, I've been trying to be this gamer. And while I am gaming and playing games and people enjoy the content, my most engaged content, the most engagement I get on content is always my IRL stuff. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, anything that has to do with my life, my kids, what I'm eating, what I'm drinking, it always gets more engagement than any of my gaming content. It's just, I'm looking at the numbers. I can look at the analytics, right? So I had this epiphany where it's like, maybe I just need to do more IRL streams, more just chatting. I have the IRL backpack. Unfortunately, it's getting hot here in Arizona, so I can't be outside walking around doing the traveling stuff like I did, we used to do pre-pandemic. I'll have to wait till the fall, but I can still just chat here. Right? I started going down the directory and like looking for IRL streamers, just chatting streamers. And I have a couple of guys that actually know that. I didn't realize that that's what they do. They don't play games majority of the time. They do just chatting. That's their thing. And I'm looking at their analytics and I'm like, okay, these guys are killing it. just chatting. And I was like, okay, well, fucking A, there is definitely, there's something here. So let me get back to current state. I'm working on getting the backpack up and running for the hot tub stream. I get it up and running. It's working. And I plan the Saturday night chat on the patio. That goes off great. We're like rocking and rolling. And I'm like, fucking A, I love this. I love this. Granted, they're shorter streams. They're only 3 or 4 hour streams versus 8 to 10 to 12 playing games in this chair. But I'm like, we can build this up, right? And so Sunday, Bryce is doing his thing. I'm finished with the hot tub. Everything's good to go. I was going to play video games, but it got late because I was working and I'm doing other stuff. I decided to say, screw it, go live in the living room, eating some chips and salsa, just hanging out, playing some music. Did another 3 hours in my living room. So now we've got Thursday on the kitchen table. We've got Friday in the hot tub. We got Saturday on the back porch. And now we got Sunday in the living room. And I'm like, fucking A, this is awesome. I had a great turnout all 4 of those IRL streams, right? Numbers comparable, if not the same as if I was playing a video game. And I would willing to bet that I had a different group of people there for those streams than on my gaming streams. Because people see that I'm just chatting, or people see that I share them, I tweeted or whatever, that, hey, I'm live hanging out on my back porch. They're like, oh shit, he's not gaming? Cool. Let me go hang out with him, right? Because again, when I throw it out there, the majority of my community is like, I don't care what you play. I'm going to be there. I'm there for you, man. I'm not here for the games. Cool. You're the minority. The vast majority are there. They want to hang out with me, but they also want to watch me play a game they're interested in, right? If you don't give a shit about baseball, but you love, I don't know, insert commentary dude from ESPN, right? Sports Center, Steve, whatever. You love Steve, and you love listening to Steve talk about sports, specifically football and basketball, because those are the sports you actually care about and actually enjoy watching. But you love Steve, and when Steve talks about basketball or football or anything, you're like, fuck yeah, Steve. Well, all of a sudden, Steve starts talking about baseball. Steve starts doing an hour-long segment every day in Sports Center about baseball, and you're like, man, Steve, I love you. Your fucking jokes are funny. You have great, smart, witty comments and commentary, but god damn, I can't do baseball. I just can't do baseball. Fuck. All right, man, I'll be back in an hour. Or you know what? Monday's your baseball show. Tuesday's your basketball show. Cool, I'll be back on Tuesday. See ya. Like, that's the reality, right? Like, people don't give a shit about game A or game B. They want to come hang out with me, but they're like, fuck, man, I can't do game A. I can't do this game. This game is just fucking, it's either boring or it's annoying, or you're talking to chat, you're talking to people about this game, and I'm like, you might as well be talking a foreign language to me. I can't do it. So I understand that. Now imagine removing that game. Now you're back to Steve just talking about sports in general, right? And every topic is maybe only 5 to 10 minutes, right? What's that show called? Pardon the Interruption, where they have a timer. They literally only talk about one topic for every 3 minutes. That's an idea I have for my chat. I have a list of things. I put it on the screen. These are the topics we're going to talk about. Set the timer. We're going to talk about this topic until the timer goes off. Ding, next topic. That's an idea. Now that's a lot of work to come up with those list of topics every fucking day, but that's an idea. So that's where the just chatting comes into play, where people are like, they see the just chatting, they're like, oh shit, I got unfiltered, uninterrupted Clintus, and we can talk about whatever. That's that. I'm leaning more into that. You're gonna see a lot more IRL streams, just chatting streams, and more of them. It's not gonna be just Monday through Friday, 8 hours a day, and that's it. Like, I already talked to Tiffany. She's totally down to do like a 2 or 3 hour porch stream on the weekends, right? Early morning coffee streams, right? Bam. Like, there's gonna be more random streams in throughout the house. And now that the backpack works in the house, I can literally go live and walk around and, stream whatever, and then boom, come back in here if I wanted to, right? It's very easy to switch back and forth. So IRL streams have been a lot of fun. I've been enjoying them. And like I said, Twitch.tv/Clintus is where I'm doing them if you want to come hang out with me live. The VODs are there too if you want to go back and watch these VODs that I'm talking about right now, the back porch one, the hot tub one. They're all on there. They're up there for 60 days. So even if you're listening to this, in May or June, you might be able to go back to my Twitch channel and scroll down to past broadcasts and find them. I probably should highlight the hot tub stream, honestly. I should highlight that so it's there forever. But we'll see. With that being said, as the last episode depicted, I'm back to the daily vlogs. Now, I haven't done daily vlogs and daily recordings in a very long time. Before I was doing like recording a little bit each day and then making like a weekly vlog and a weekend vlog, that sort of thing. And then eventually that even fizzled out because I was not recording every day. I started doing this daily vlog again, and it's like knowingly I have to wake up in the morning and say, good morning, what's up guys, how's it going? And then throughout the day, give commentary of what I'm doing. Now I'm still failing a little bit where I don't pull the camera out and capture what I'm doing. I'm still guilty of saying, hey guys, I'm about to go do this. I'm on my way to go do this. And then I do the thing. And then I'm like, hey guys, we just got done doing this thing. And I'm like, fuck, I didn't record any of it, right? Like I'm guilty of that today. Went to my dad's warehouse, vlogged the way in, walked in there, and then totally didn't vlog the rest of the entire day while I was there. And then, all right guys, fast forwarded to noon. I'm out of here. Here's what I did today because I didn't record any of it, right? I did take a couple shots of my phone, so I have to remember to pull those clips off my phone. But even then, I'm recording in 24p and my phone only does 30. So there's always gonna be a difference in the quality between the two because it's not the same frame rate and whatnot. But the one thing though that I did, something I didn't think about when I started this journey again a few weeks ago, is, as I said 2 episodes ago in episode 65, 2021 f***ed me up. I'm an emotional guy, right? I've always been an emotional guy, especially after I had Sierra. My emotions definitely got cranked up to like a 10. Things make me more emotional. So now I have this weird thing that if I get in a bad mood, or if something bums me out, or if I have something really heavy waiting on me, I just cannot, I don't have the thought process to pick up a camera and share it. If I'm in a bad mood, if you're in a bad mood, you don't want to talk to anybody, right? Like how many times are you in a shitty mood because of work or because of your partner, spouse, kids, coworkers, neighbors, the guy out driving next to you cuts you off, like whatever it is, you're just in a shitty mood and you don't want to talk to anybody. You're like, leave me the fuck alone. I'm going to go to my room. I'm going to go to my man cave. I'm going to go in the garage. I'm going to go out in the back porch. I'm going to go for a run, go to the gym, put on your headphones, whatever, right? You're like, just leave me alone. Well, that's essentially the same feeling that I have. And I don't want to pick up a camera and vlog. I don't want to pick up the camera and be like, hey guys, insert fake smile for those listening. Hi guys. It's Tuesday and I'm doing the things over here and doing this and la la la. And then immediately as soon as I stop recording, my face falls and I'm just like, Like I don't want to do that. And and even more so, like I don't want to pick up the camera, take photos and post photos on Instagram and Twitter, and I just lose all drive to share, to document, right? To document, because I'm in a bad mood. I don't want to document my bad mood. I don't want to document maybe Tiffany and I had a fight. Maybe Tiffany and I had an argument. Now she's in a bad mood. I'm in a bad mood. I'm not going to record that, right? So I'm learning this week that when I have these moments of like just fuck everything, I don't record. So I haven't recorded a vlog in 3 days, FYI. Now Monday was because I knew I was 2 days ahead. I had 2 vlogs already ready to rock and roll, plus Tiffany's vlog, plus Tiffany's Chicago vlog. So I knew that I was good. So I could skip a day. I knew I was a day ahead. In fact, when this podcast goes up tomorrow, I'll be a day ahead. That's the beauty of the podcast. It's a podcast. I'm uploading something every day to my YouTube channel. Now, unfortunately, today, circumstances happened to work out. I didn't have an upload today. I didn't have a vlog because I didn't record the last 3 days. So it bit me in the butt, skipping Monday. I should have, if I would have not skipped Monday, then I would have had a vlog today. So whatever, live and learn. But at the same time, Monday went back to a hard schedule of, I went back to streaming in the morning. Tiffany came home. We had a date night and we had adult time. We had some drinks. I grilled dinner and I was giving my 100% of my attention to her. I didn't deviate. I didn't pull the camera out. It was just like, it was a day and night for us. And so that day didn't get recorded. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, right? There's no reason that I needed to do that. And again, I didn't need the content. I didn't need the upload. Tuesday was a really shitty day. It went downhill fast. Multiple things happened and I was just in a really bad mood. If you follow me on Twitter, you probably saw some tweets. I've already deleted them by now, but again, Twitter's my outlet. Twitter's when I'm having a shitty mood, I pull up Twitter and I tweet when I probably should just text like a friend or something and be like, blah. And then Wednesday, it creeped over into Wednesday, and Wednesday morning was rough. And then it got better. I went live around like 11. It was about 11 o'clock or so. I think I went live. And then I was in a shitty mood, but then chat cheered me up, played some video games. I got out of it. We were good. Everything was good. And I ended on a good note. You know, last night was good. Everything was fine. But again, the point I'm trying to make is that my content is directly tied to my emotional state. If I'm in a bad mood, I'm not gonna vlog. I'm not gonna share anything. So there is gonna be these times where if I'm having a really rough day mentally, there's not gonna be content. There's not gonna be a vlog. So that's one thing that's different than, 3 or 4 years ago when I was daily vlogging, is I never had that. It never happened before, right? Like, I'm a different person now, mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever you want to call it. So that's something that I have to deal with now and have to work through, and like maybe think even far ahead to say, hey, maybe I should always stay a day ahead, so that when I have a bad day, boom, I'm good to go. So I don't know. We'll see where this goes. It's something that it hit me today when I realized, oh shit, I don't have an upload. And I was gonna do a one take vlog about this exact topic. Hey guys, FYI, today's date is April 21st, 2022. I'm recording this vlog right now. I'm uploading it right now. And here's, why, but podcast came first. And so there's no vlog today. I guess that's where I wanted to go with that. Real short and sweet was, the vlogs are still my content is very much tied to my mental state. So now I want to go back full circle to video games. This last week, I've been playing a game called Icarus. It's a sci-fi survival RPG. It's a session-based game, which means you're not in an open world. You're not playing with other people unless they join you. But it's very much a single player. You pick a mission. You go down to the planet. It's very much a survival game where you start with nothing, and you have to, pick up rocks, pick up sticks, make an axe, make a pickaxe, hit some rocks, hit some trees, collect wood, collect rocks, build a base, and then just start to build your base and build your resources to then go do the mission, whether it's gather plants, gather minerals, kill animals, whatever it is, right? There's multiple missions, multiple things to do. This is a game that I was really hyped about last year during the beta. They did one of those, like, every 2 or 3 weeks, there's a weekend beta, testing out new content, testing out new changes, and they worked their way up to the launch. And unfortunately, it launched around the time that I was like super deep into New World. So it launched and I played it on launch, but I was so into New World that I just put it right back down and I didn't really give it much time. Not the time that it should have gotten. Again, I'm slow at video games. I'm slow at leveling. I'm slow at progressing. And so no matter what game I play, and all the games I play have progression. That's what I thrive and I love. I cannot play a video game now that doesn't have some kind of player progression. It's boring to me. I know there's all play for fun. Like even Call of Duty now is boring because it's like, yeah, cool. You progress your character, unlock all the guns, and then you can prestige and do it over again. And then you have all the skins on the guns, but it's not enough. It's not enough because your character, once you've unlocked everything, if you don't prestige, you have everything unlocked, your character doesn't get any better. Your skills don't get any better. There's nothing to make your stuff better and learn new things and pick up new skills. Like, I got spoiled with that with like games like Tarkov and New World and Icarus, and I love that. And I love No Man's Sky, but it's missing that. If they added some kind of skill progression or player progression of your character, oh my God, No Man's Sky would be my game. I love that. And I don't know if that's considered an RPG. I think that's what makes an RPG, is like when your character levels up and their skills level up, that sort of thing. I think that's the RPG element. But anyway, that's what Icarus is. It's a survival game with that player progression, XP gains, skill unlocks, talent unlocks. Like, it's fantastic. It's a beautiful game. I love the music. I love the aesthetics. It's fantastic. So, here we are, 6 months since it launched, and I'm just now like really diving into it and trying to play it. And so I've been playing that game, for a couple days now, and like tonight I was going to do my live stream, and part of me was like, oh, I'm going to play Tarkov. But then I was like, oh wait, I just finished that mission in Icarus. I'm ready to start a new mission. I'm like, And then immediately I was like, nah, fuck it, I want to play Icarus. Like, maybe I should play Tarkov because I haven't played Tarkov in a while, and playing Tarkov at night opens the door to play with some of my friends. But I want to play Icarus. So I'm going to play Icarus tonight. And again, going back to I can play whatever I want and retain roughly the same amount of viewership. Tonight will be another one of those tests. I didn't stream during the day. So what happens if I stream tonight and play a game like Icarus, which isn't necessarily popular? Who shows up? How many people show up? What do my numbers look like? We'll see. But this goes back to like the video game genres that I enjoy. I talk about how I like playing games that have progression. So right now I'm looking at my desktop, and the games that I have on my desktop are pretty much what I've installed, right? I usually keep games installed until I start getting to the top end of my hard drive. Then I'm like, okay, what games can I uninstall? Because I just installed a new game that I'm going to play tomorrow. First time ever. And my community's going to lose their shit when they see me play it. But right now, here's what I have installed. I have Destiny 2, Escape from Tarkov, Magic the Gathering Arena, No Man's Sky, New World, Icarus. I still have Warzone installed, though I did uninstall Vanguard. And I have Fortnite. I installed Fortnite because they started the no build, and I said if they ever came out with no build Fortnite, I would come back and play it. I just haven't had any desire to actually do that, but I did install it for sake of saying that I installed it. But anyway, all these other games, all the games other than Warzone and Fortnite, all of these games have some element of progression. Now, No Man's Sky is the caveat to that. Now, again, I installed that game because I was like, I never played the game. It was on sale on Steam. I bought it. Jumped into it. I thought it was a survival game. I'm not gonna lie. I thought there was a survival element to it. Now, the only survival element in the game is you have to have oxygen, and certain plants you have to have like poison resistance or something like that. But really, it's not a survival game. In fact, it's not even labeled a survival game on Twitch, which is they use the Gamepedia website or something like that. It's like Wikipedia for video games. It's not categorized as a survival game. I even jumped back into it the other day just to remind myself. I'm like, yeah, this is definitely not. And again, there's no player progression. The only thing you progress is the story and the campaign missions. And you play this mission to unlock this mission. You do this mission to unlock this ship or whatever. And it's an exploration game, right? Don't get me wrong. It's dope. Even like I said, the brief time I logged into the other day, I was like, oh, this game is so beautiful. I love the science fiction aesthetic. I love the color palettes. No Man's Sky is beautiful. And the fact that they keep updating it for free, like there was just an update like last week about like pirates and outlaws and stuff like that. It looks awesome. Just a month or two ago, they did like this big update about like mechs and stuff. The game continues to expand. So if you love the game, it's like GTA. You fucking play it forever because it's just going to keep updating. It's great. I'm still waiting for Cyberpunk though. But yeah, so other than No Man's Sky, Icarus, New World, Tarkov, Destiny all have a progression system. Now, I will say this, of those games, Destiny has the weakest progression system, right? Once you hit max light, you can, there's no even reason to go to max light, but there's some hard stuff in the game. They've got the Grandmasters and Master Raids and stuff like that. So sure, you can get there, but you can get that artificially with your artifact, right? If you don't want to do any pinnacles, you don't have to do any pinnacles. You can do all that shit with your artifact, and you'll eventually get all crazy light and everything. But once you've unlocked your aspects and fragments, you're done there. Like the only thing left to do in the game is to grind for god roll weapons and god roll armor, and that's really it. We're talking player progression. Once you hit your max light, and that's it. There's nothing else to unlock. There's nothing else to go after, in my opinion, the way I like to do it, right? Tarkov has skills. Player has levels. When you unlock levels, it unlocks traders and more tasks and that sort of thing. Magic the Gathering, that one is a little unique because you're not leveling up your character. You have a battle pass. The battle pass has real rewards on it, not just cosmetics, but real rewards. And there's a ranking system, right? Because it's more of like a PvP game like Overwatch, where you play ranked, and when you win, you go up, you lose, you go down. So that game, again, not player progression, so to speak, but I feel more I feel more incentivized to play Magic than I do even Destiny, progression wise, right? Because I feel like the rewards actually matter in the battle pass. The rewards matter when you level up in rank, right? Like there's real rewards tied to it that matter. Whereas Destiny, I don't feel the rewards are worth it. I really don't care how high I get in the battle pass, right? Even the artifact is seasonal, right? And you unlocking those mods are kind of like whatever. New World, first MMO I've played since EVE Online. Tons of progression. I never even maxed out all my progression because, again, I'm super slow at that. Icarus, skills, talents, that sort of thing. So those are the games I love to play. Those are the games I'm interested in. And, I do love survival games that have that. Now, again, a lot of survival games don't have the progression. Like I love DayZ. DayZ is a great game. Zero player progression. Like, it'd be so dope if, like, the longer I survived, the better, like, my character was. Like, I could carry more weight. I could go longer without food. I could become immune to colds, or my immune system, built my immune system. Like, it'd be so dope if your player had some kind of, like, skill progression the longer you lived. Because, like, in DayZ, if you live, if your character's a couple days old, couple weeks old, you start growing facial hair, and, like, you grow a beard, and, like, it shows that you've aged, and that's it. There's no other progression. Like, man, that'd be so cool. So FYI, if you're listening to this podcast right now and you know a game like that, please let me know. Hit me up on Twitter at Clintus. Let me know. Hey, you should check out this game. It's got the survival element. It's got the RPG level progression. Or it doesn't even have to be a survival game. If you know of other games where when you do play the game, your character's leveling up. I love science fiction and I love modern. I'm not super crazy about older, fantasy. Like, fantasy's cool and all, but, like, the aesthetics got to be there. The aesthetics got to be like New World. At first, I was totally against. Like, it's 19th century muskets. No, screw that. Like, swords, rapiers. No. And then I realized there was this whole, like, supernatural element. All the enemies are supernatural and there's magic. I'm like, okay. And I tried the beta, I liked it, and then I fell in love with it. I did not expect to fall in love with New World. I loved it. But again, what hooked me with New World was not the game, like, aesthetics or the combat. It was the leveling. That if I chopped a tree, I leveled my one skill. If I hit a rock, I leveled up a skill. When I went and refined the wood or refined the rocks, I leveled up my skill. When I used this life staff or this musket, it leveled up those skills. Like, everything I did, I was checking boxes and turning the dials, and I got addicted to that. I love it. The more I play the game, the better my guy got. The better my game experience was. I love that. So those are the games I'm looking for. So FYI, PC, looking for games like that. FYI. So, I think that was it. The only other thing I was going to talk about was fucking allergies have been kicking my ass this week. This whole week. Last week, Sierra had her last 2 beach volleyball games, and they were outdoors, obviously, and the wind was blowing like crazy. And, between the dust and the pollen, that week I was wrecked. My nose was so stuffy, and then I was running for like 2 or 3 days. It's raw. I've been blowing my nose for like a week now. Like, it just sucks. It sucks. You get that post nasal drip, and then you get a sore throat in the morning because you've been sleeping. And you're like, it's the worst. It's the worst. So other than that, it's been great. Other than that, I'm good. That's it. I think that's it. We're wrapping up about an hour. It's perfect. So, thanks for listening, guys. I appreciate it. My goal is to get one of these up every week. So the plan is to record it after the Old Fashioned podcast, which is the other podcast I'm on. You can just do a search for the Old Fashioned podcast. It is on YouTube. It's also in your podcast feeds and all that. I can remember. I'll put it in the show notes of this one. If not, like I said, just do a search for it. You'll find it. It's Kevin, Mike, and myself. And that goes up on Friday. So the same day this goes up. That's the idea. Get these both up at the same time, whatnot. So thanks for listening. All the social links where to find me, to follow me, is all in the show notes description below. It's pretty much Clintus everywhere. YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. It's Clintus. So just hit me up and say what's up. Let me know. And I'll see you guys on the flip side. Take care. Bye.